Here we go. There it is. We are in July right now. I believe today is July 26th. It's a Sunday. So this is what the plant is looking like. I'm so glad that we have been getting plenty of water because the leaves look so much better. They're more opening up versus like more puckered like that. And lush green foliage. And then what you also notice are the flower buds forming. So we are getting some flower buds, and I think a good amount actually. So I know that some Chinese Snowball Viburnum might not have a second flush of blooms, but mine does. And I hope yours too, if you do have one. The difference between these blooms and the blooms in the spring is that these blooms will be a lot less vigorous. They will tend to be flatter looking. I always refer to them as pancake-like shape. In the spring, you get more of a snowball, rounder, spherical shape to the blooms. They're just grabbing your attention. They just want to say, hey, look at me, look at me. So that's how I would describe the blooms. Now let's give you an update on what this Chinese Snowball Viburnum looks like since the last time it was pruned, which was last year back in November 2025. Alright, so I'm going to walk around, just give you different perspective. So this is from this angle. Try to make sure I don't fall as I'm going down the hill here. If you have been watching the other videos on this Chinese Snowball Viburnum, you will notice how much it has grown. I'll also put up some clips that I got from when it was in the spring so you can see the difference. This was the angle that looked the worst right after the prune. So it was bare in the center, and look at it now. It's definitely more filled in. As per usual, it is leaning towards the left because it is on the hill, and I think the plant is trying to anchor itself so that it won't, I guess, tip over to the other side. I did come around, I would say around 2 this afternoon, and then just took off some of the leaves and some of the small branches on the bottom there, just trying to clean up the bottom branches so the plant looks more like a small tree. So you can see the leaves on the bottom there. You can see that I could have gone a little bit more here. I'm going to be pointing. But I'm afraid that if I do it, it's going to speak to another part, so I'm learning from the mistake I did before, which is once I start pruning, I get prune happy, and then I start to do too much. So it looks offside from this angle, but I think it's fine for now. But look at the growth at the top. So much more filled in. So here you can see kind of like the imperfection on the bottom. It's not so symmetrical, and that's what I like, symmetry. So it does bother my eyes, but I'm going to restrain myself because it does look better. It does look better from this angle. Earlier I was underneath like this when I was pruning and was able to get some shade. That's why I was able to prune, even though it was only for like 5 to 10 minutes before I was melting away in this hot, humid environment. So anyway, this is what it looks like now, or where I am, and cannot wait for it to get bigger, to have this space shaded somewhat for, like during the summer like this when it's hot. So in less than 1 year after the last prune in November, this is what it has produced. So you can see that it's a pretty fast grower. And just imagine what it will look like next year. So this is something that you could, or it's probably best to stay on top if you would like to have a nice manicured like type of plant. To me it looks like it's a small tree just because there's one main stem, but the way that it grows, the way that it wants to produce more branches on the bottom, just everywhere, that is more indicative of a shrub behavior. So if you like it to look like a shrub where it's all bushy from bottom to top, then don't prune it, don't worry about it, and just enjoy its growth. For me, I just like the small tree look, and I prefer to get closer to the plant. This way you could have more planting space. Not that I need more planting space because I am in need of plants, so it doesn't make sense. It only makes sense because I just love the look of a small tree, and my garden does lack shade. So anyway, yeah, you could just have it be a shrub, so that way you don't have to worry about planting anything, underneath the canopy. But I would like to keep underneath it, I think, more clear going forward. Yeah, so where the lamb's ears are, I don't mind that because I don't think I'm getting much shade over here. Maybe in the future. So I would like to have the canopy of where the plant is to be open, and then just have plants just around where it's not obscuring the beauty of the canopy below. And maybe I could put like a chair or something like that in the future, or a bench or whatever it may be, and just sit here and enjoy the garden. So I don't know. I'm just thinking on top of my head. You just never know with gardening, so they say. It's actually good for me to do these videos where I showcase certain plants in different seasons, so that way we could see together. I could say, they could be blooming in the summer or whatever, but sometimes I don't know for sure. It's just because you have a lot of things going on, a lot of plants to monitor, to enjoy, whatever it may be. So you think that you remember, but you don't. So this way we capture it in real time, and hopefully this helps you out as well as it does for me. Yeah, so I don't think I've ever done this with this Chinese Snowball Viburnum. So I've done it with other plants, and I think I have enjoyed doing that because by doing that we are seeing in real time what each plant looks like. I think I did it for the Autumn Joy Sedum, and then the other one was what? It'll come to me. Autumn Joy Sedum. I just did it too. Oh, Amsonia hubrichtii. So yes, it's just nice because those two plants are perennial, so it's good to capture what they look like at different times of the season, and that goes with any plant too. I should be better at doing those other ones as well. So I'll think about what other plants I would like to showcase for each season as well. So now we have this in the summer, and then we'll do one in the fall, and then by that time I think, and then one in the winter. So by that time I think we have the full season. Did I do it for spring? I think I did it for spring. Yeah, so that way we have the full season for each plant, and I have a playlist of the Chinese Snowball Viburnum. So if you're new, you can always go back to see what you can expect for this particular plant. So anyway, yeah, I think this is good for somebody who's new, and it's good for me too, because as you're getting older, sometimes you don't remember like you used to. So anyway, yeah, hopefully this has been helpful to you to see what this plant looks like in the summer right now. It is a 4-season interest plant, although in the winter it's just lulling. It's growing very slowly, but it's still there. So you can think of it as a marginal or semi-evergreen plant here in my zone 8A, but it definitely looks better the other seasons. Yeah, so anyway, and just wanted to point that out too, in case I didn't mention it. This one, it blooms 2 times a year, so one in the early spring. So it's like your mobhead hydrangea in the spring. If you know, like mobhead hydrangeas don't bloom yet, so this is kind of like the precursor to having your mobhead hydrangeas. And then in the fall, it will bloom again, which is really nice. That's when your panicle hydrangeas have already done blooming for the most part. So then you get to enjoy another mobhead hydrangea, so to speak, except they're more flat. So anyway, I think I just talked too much about this. Please let me know if there are other content that you would like me to do. I would love to do it. Sometimes I might not know what you would like me to test out or whatever it may be. If I can do it, I will find a way to help you out as well. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you're new here, my name is Terry. Welcome to my channel. And if you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you for coming back. So with that, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. I think I've only been here for what, like 15-20 minutes. The humidity level was saying, or the app was saying, it was like 68% humidity. I don't know what you saw earlier about my hair. It's very noticeable with my hair with the level of humidity. I'm already soaked, so you can see how frizzy my hair is. It's not like this at all when we're in the West Coast. So look at this. And I don't do anything to my hair except for shampooing. Depending on the time of the year, I might use conditioner, but I have not used any conditioner in like months and months. So yeah, so you can tell the level of humidity based on my hair from the beginning of the video to the end of the video. So anyway, thank you for staying on if you have stayed on, and I will talk with you in the next video. Take care. Bye.